Amrita Rajpan. I'm an early years specialist. I've been teaching for 22 years, but I've been learning my whole life. And that's why I have a company named Edu Learn Grow. I'm passionate about creating learning environments that are engaging, meaningful, and fun for children. I'm also a sports nutritionist, an avid traveler, an active Rotarian. I'm the territory head for the Early Childhood Association Mumbai. I'm the founder of EduLearn Grow and the co-founder of the ABCD show.
Hi, I'm Bela Kutwani, also known as Big B. Big for the size of my heart and B for Bela. A fun loving person with a great sense of humor and a passionate pickleball player. National Core Committee member of Early Childhood Association, founder and principal Cosmic Kids International, co-founder Puppet Maestros and the ABCD show, an educationist and a puppeteer who helps teachers to make learning fun for children by using puppets as a tool for teaching. My vision is to help parents and teachers raise emotionally intelligent children.
Welcome to season 2 of the ABCD show. First of all, we'd like to thank all our viewers for viewing our show, for being so committed to your own learning, and for showing us all your love. We are all geared up to get you the best educators to enhance your skills and to take your knowledge to new heights.
We have some really exciting basket of offerings. We have our ABCD shows where we will call experts to talk about their best practices. We will introduce you to some really value for money and effective products and services. And we have some incredible courses that will help you gain mastery in the subject.
Season 2 has a different format. We will have Ask Amrita and Bela on alternate Wednesdays, where you will ask us your questions on child development and we will revert. And on the other 2 Wednesdays, we will have ABCD shows with speakers or we'll showcase new products or new ideas and innovations.
So, parents and teachers, email us your questions on topics relating to early childhood development, education, and rearing on the ABCD Show 6 at gmail.com. And we will be back with the answers on Facebook Live. Waiting to see you soon.
Yes, you're right. We've been waiting to see you. So it's been 2 weeks, and I hope you are watching our Ask Amrita and Bela segment because we are just answering all your questions there. And today we have a very, very interesting topic that we have out here. It's design thinking. I don't know how many of you have heard about this, but this is something which is very, very useful for all children. And now let me introduce our speaker today. Her name is Vishaka Gupta, and she's an educator with 23 years plus years of experience in teaching, skill development, school administration with numerous reputed schools. Currently she's the principal at Beacon High School and Junior College, Pune. She's also a certified CBSE resource person for capacity building programs in assessment of speaking and listening skills, classroom management, remodeled structure of assessment, career guidance, upholding ethics and integrity in schools, leading transformations, and happy classrooms. I can't see anybody. Am I off or what is it?
No, we can hear you.
No,
You
you're
can
audible,
continue.
ma'am.
Are
Please
you
continue.
sure? Okay,
Yes, yes.
all right. Okay, all right.
Yes.
She's also the master trainer for Trinity College London and Orient Black Swan. And very interestingly, she's also a trainer for structure of intelligence. I think we need to have that topic next, Vishaka ji. She has received various
Sure.
awards. Some of them are the Excellence Award for being the emerging principal in the Global Education and Skills Summit. She's received certificates of appreciation from the HRT Ministry for 2 consecutive years. She's also a recipient of the prestigious Nachiketa Award for innovative methods in teaching of English. And she's got appreciation certificates at the CBSE Life Skills Summits at the regional and international level. She's authored a section in a book on child safety. She's also co-edited it, and the book is currently under print. And she's also penned a story for a book titled Life in 2020.
Wow.
She's also written newspaper columns. And this list can go on, but I think I need to stop right now and we need to get to the topic. So Vishakha ji, we are just waiting to hear all about design thinking and your
Welcome,
take.
Vishakha, to the ABCD show, and we're really all eager and excited, looking forward to listening to what you have to share with us.
Thank you so much. My humble pranams to all the guests who joined us today evening for the design thinking. And when I discuss any topic, I prefer whatever, and whichever way you think, whatever. Now, the design thinking is a topic which involves a lot of thinking. Design thinking, all right? So then I will share my screen. And here we go.
Bela, can you see clearly?
I think there's a little breakage in her network.
There's a lag, no?
Yes, yes,
Because I couldn't hear very clearly too.
yes, same here. Can you
All
just
right.
check the network,
So-
Vishakha?
Yeah, I am in perfect network.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in strong 4G network.
All right, we can. I think even the slide is little hazy. We can't
Yeah,
see.
it's blurred.
It's blurred. I'll reshare it.
Yes.
I'll share it again. How about now?
Oh, it is still blurred. No. There's no clarity in the slide, Vishakha.
Vishakha,
Okay.
do you want to go off screen? Make it.
Okay, what I'll do is
Video
I will turn off my video.
Yes.
I will turn off my video and then let's see. How about now?
No,
It's still a little blurred, but I think we will hear you talk right now.
no,
All
what
right.
we could do is, Vishakha, you can
Yes.
on your. Now it's clearer. Now it's
It's
clearer.
clearer.
2 minutes back.
Okay.
No, again, it's
fine.
gone back to unclear.
Okay,
Ah,
we'll
this
go
is better,
ahead
this is
and
better.
because there's a
Oh.
lot of discussion that will go on, so people will
Yes.
be able to understand what I'm trying to say.
Never mind. Yeah.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, taking you over a journey of design thinking. Let's decode what design thinking is. Before I go any ahead, all must be wondering what's design thinking. So, before we answer it, let's all hear a story. And each one of you, through that story, I would expect an answer. You could write in the chat box and let me know of what you are thinking. So the story goes that you are driving a car on a stormy night. You pass by a bus stop and see 3 people waiting. Who are these 3 people? The first person is the perfect woman or the Prince Charming, one in your dreams. The second person is a friend who once saved your life and now needs help. And the third person is a lonely lady who looks really, really sick. If you had one seat empty in your car and multiple options open to you, what would you do? What would you do? What would you pick? Is my question to you. And I would request you to post your answers in the chat box. Please post your answers in the chat box and let me know of whom you would help and why.
Sapna says the old lady.
Okay.
Any more answers?
Sapna, can you type and tell me why would you help the old lady and not a friend who you can pay back at this point of time? He saved your life. And why not your Prince Charming? Anyone else who would like to answer?
I think many of them may already have their Prince Charmings.
Oh,
So I
really?
think they have just
So they're not waiting for the next
obliterated that
Prince
part.
Charming. Wonderful, wonderful. Nicely explained. So they say the old lady as she needs more help than the others. Avni says that. Parveen says the old lady. Sapna says, I think she needs my help. Wonderful. But then again, we're talking about design thinking. Let's design it in a way where I say, I give the car to my friend and I ask him to drive the old lady to the hospital, whereas I, being a woman, stay back with my Prince Charming. Or I, as a man, stay back with the woman of my dreams, waiting at the bus stop for the next bus. Is it possible? Ladies and gentlemen, is it possible?
Yes.
It sounds like a win-win for everybody.
Yes, it sounds like a win-win for everyone. So then, is this possible? If yes, then this is what we call design thinking. So what's design thinking? Design thinking is a repetitive process to understand the user. Now, whosoever is the user now everything please related to the story that I told you. We challenged our assumptions. There was this old lady everybody was sympathetic with, but here we could help all three. I could help myself. I was with my Prince Charming or with my lady love. I helped my friend by giving him my car. I helped the old lady by providing her a way to the hospital. I redefined the problem. I found an alternate. I identified strategies and solutions in a different way, an alternative way. So this approach of mine was a solution-based approach. It was a different way of thinking and working with a collection of hands-on method. Now, all of these were hands-on method because I was thinking differently. It was a process of creative problem solving. I solved the problem for the old lady. I solved the problem for my friend, and I solved the problem for my own heart that was saying, I need to stay back. I need to be with my lady love or my Prince Charming. It is human-centered because I'm working with emotions involved. And it leads to better processes because I could establish a way where everybody received help. So what does design thinking again involve? It revolves around deep interest in developing an understanding of people. Now, I understood people that I need to help the lady, I need to help my friend, and I also thought of my heart, which is, getting attracted towards the person of my love. It observes and develops empathy. I empathized with my friend because I understood that he helped me save my life, and today is my turn to help him back. But at the same time, I was thinking about the old lady and I helped the lady. I was empathetic towards her feeling as well. And I was empathetic towards my own feeling of my need for love and being with my beautiful life partner. And it's useful in tackling problems. I could tackle a problem, which was a problem for 3 people, but then ultimately it was a problem for none. I reframed the problem in a human-centric way. I created many ideas in a brainstorming session. So when I brainstorm and we all sit together and brainstorm in different sessions, in multiple sessions, I may come out with more ideas. It's a hands-on approach because design thinking involves sketching, prototyping, testing, trying out concepts and ideas. So when I sketch, that means I create a picture in my mind of what I'll be doing. I come up with certain possible solutions. I test those solutions to find out whether they're possible or not, whether these concepts work, and the ideas possible. So there are 5 particular phases of design thinking in random order, not necessarily in the same sequential order, and they are empathizing with the people, with the users, defining the need of the problem or the insight, Ideate, that is create assumptions, create ideas for innovative solutions. Prototype, that is start creating solutions and then testing those solutions, whether they're possible or not. So it's important to note that the 5 phases or modes are not always sequential. They do not have to follow any specific order. As I've already told you, they often occur in parallel and repeated sequentially. Let's see how. So this diagram of mine will explain this to you. So I create an idea and I test it because I'm pretty sure that I don't need to prototype. I can directly test my idea. I empathize with someone, so I define the problem and then I go ahead, I test what I have defined, whether that will work or not. When I prototype, I learn from the prototypes to spark new ideas and I come back to ideas and then I go back and test it. So this is a juggle. I can, rearrange all these design thinking stages as and when it is possible. Directly from testing, I can come back to empathize because I know that I'm thinking about someone. It's a human-centric approach. So the problem, what is the problem with design thinking, the patterns of thinking? We think on the same lines. So when you as teachers, we as teachers, I should say, when we think about it, so then we say, oh my God, this pre-primary student of mine in the classroom, I need to help him. So he is not able to write. I will hold the child's hand and I will ensure that the child writes in the formats or the patterns that he or she is supposed to. But then if I think out of the box, I may say, okay, child, try and write like this. Once you do this, I'll give you a game to play. I'll take you to the sand pit. Possibly, see, again, all ideas don't work. I have to prototype. So I'll have to go by the aptitude of the children. And when I start doing that, I design, think, and my classes become more interesting. Children become more involved. So sometimes the easiest way to understand something intangible such as design thinking is to understand what it is not. It is not thinking regular. It is not thinking on the same lines. Humans naturally develop patterns of thinking modeled on repetitive activities and commonly accessed knowledge. So as I said, that we hold the child's hand and we try and make the child write. Don't worry, I'm there with you. I'll hold your hand. I'll make you write. But then if I add incentives, if I add something that the child writes, I'm taking a detour. I'm taking the change of path, and this possibly might inspire the child to do it in a better way, learn it better. So these assist us in quickly applying the same action. Innovative problem solving is also known as thinking outside the box. Now let me take you through an example. And again, when I take you through this example, the encumbered, that is the obstructed or the fresh mind, I'll show you a picture. So this is the picture. There is this truck, and this is out of a newspaper. This happened long years ago. This is a low bridge. The truck driver thought that he could take the bridge down from that 12 feet clearance. He could manage, but then the truck got stuck, and it just got stuck by the, by inches, by just a little bit. Now, all the engineers, all the truck drivers, everybody was trying to think what to do. I would like to know from you what you would do to bring this truck out. What solution comes to your mind? You could write in your chat box and let me know about the solution that comes to your mind. Bindu Shah has given me an answer. I'm waiting for others in case you have an answer. So Bindu, excellent. You've hit the jackpot. There were engineers, there were truck drivers, there were educated people who came around, brainstormed, and they said, let's chip the bridge. Let's get the cutting machine. We'll have to cut off the body of the truck. There was a little boy who was crossing and he said, why don't you try deflating the tires? That will bring down the truck's height by a few inches and the truck will move out. And that was such a simple solution, a simple design thinking strategy. So this is what the power of storytelling is. I told you two stories because when we story tell or when we share a story with others, it is easy to understand this concept of design thinking that sounds so very complicated. Telling stories can help us inspire opportunities, ideas, and solutions. Stories are important because they're accounts of specific events, not general statements. They provide us with concrete details that helps us imagine solutions to a particular problem while we are at it. So I'll tell you another story.
Are you there, Vishaka? We can't hear you. Vishaka? I think Vishaka has dropped off. Can we wait for a
Yeah.
moment and
Yeah,
just
she'll
see
be
if the log
joining us
back
soon.
on?
Yeah. Amrita, I'm sure you also know that story. Would you like to share with everyone?
Oh, I'm very happy to share the story. All right. So I could see she'd written down it was a pebble story. So now I want to tell you the story, and the story is about this very mean moneylender. And he's really a nasty person, and everybody in the village hates him. Now, this very mean moneylender is also a very old man, and he likes one particular lady, young girl in the village. Now, since he set his sights on her, he decides to trouble her father because he knows that the way to get this girl is to harass the father. So every day he harasses the father, and then he tells the father, "You have to give me a certain amount of money, and otherwise I'm going to be taking away your land." And this man is so finally tired that he sits with the moneylender and he tells him, "Tell me what you want." And the moneylender says, "I want to marry your beautiful daughter." He says, "But how can you marry my beautiful daughter? You are such an old man. And, my daughter is just 24 years old. Why would she want to marry an old man like you?" So he says, "No, never mind. You ask your daughter and ask her if she has any way that I will have to agree to, the wedding between us."
Amrita ji, can I take over from here?
Please,
Yes,
please,
please.
please. I put my own
Thank you,
twist to
and
the
thank you
story,
for
and I'm sure your
continuing.
twist is different.
Thank you for continuing. I heard you and you were, narrating it so very well. So I thought I'll not disturb. I was
No,
hearing
I'm
you
so happy
when
you
were
came back.
narrating this.
And Vishaka, I'm sure my story had different twists than yours, but please take over. And,
Yes, it did, but I loved it.
perfect.
So I continued hearing. I said, let me hear it because, you seem to be a very good storyteller and I would definitely love to attend your storytelling sessions.
Okay,
All
this
right.
story
So
was
thank you
not
so
kind.
much. Yeah, thank you so much. I am not able to turn on my video because of the rights. You need to give me those rights. So as I was telling you about the story and the story continued, that the moneylender said, now you go and discuss with your daughter as Amrita ji told you, and we need to find a way out. But then otherwise, if you don't pay the money, then I'll be having my ways of, taking the money from you and you will have to pay it immediately. So this poor farmer, he goes back home and he's in a bad shape, bad mental trauma. And he tells his daughter.
Sorry, Vishaka, you can switch on your
"This is
video if you
okay.
like.
Let's see what he has to offer." Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So this money lender says, okay, you go and discuss and I will. So the daughter says, I want to find out what he has in mind. So they go back to the money lender. The money lender says, fine,
I think there's a problem with the network
chance.
again.
Because the girl
So if you
says, I'm
could-
so young. How can I marry you? You're an old man. This is fine. I'll give you a fair chance. Yeah. So he says, I'll give you a fair chance. I'll put 2 stones in the bag. One will be black and one will be white. If you pull out the white stone from the bag, I will wave away the entire loan and also I'll not marry you. But if you pull out the black stone, I will wave away the loan, but you will have to marry me. Now, the girl had no other option. And she said, fine, let's go ahead. There were a lot of stones around and the moneylender goes and, he was a cunning man wanting to marry a 24-year-old young girl. So he picks up 2 black stones and puts them in the bag. Lo and behold, the girl doesn't know what to do. And she's like, oh my God, he is tricking me.
Vishaka, are you there?
I think she's having network issues, Amrita.
Should I continue the story from there?
Yes, I think you should.
Okay. So you know what? He picks up those 2 black stones and puts it into his bag out there. But now this girl has already seen this. Now I want to ask you all, what would you do in this situation? Tell me. If she doesn't pick up the stone, her father is traumatized as it is, all his lands will be taken away, and she will be responsible for putting her father into all this trouble. And if she does pick up that stone, imagine a 24-year-old girl marrying this old man, and she has to live a full life with him, knowing he's such a bad man. Not only the age, but also knowing that she's marrying a terrible person. I want all of you to write in the chat box, what would you do? Could you escape this situation? She should take one white stone in her hand and take that out. But how will she take the white stone in her hand? She has to pick her hand into the bag and pick up one stone. Now he's already put 2 black stones in it. Everybody, I want you to jog your mind. There are all these wheels inside our mind. They all do a lot of work. It's called functioning of our brain. Use it now. Think. She drops down her bag, so all the pebbles are mixed.
All the pebbles are mixed.
Rupa, do you know this story or have you used your mind? She should hide the white in her hand when putting her hand inside. She'll have to be one of those jadugars then. She's going to show a white and a black.
Moneylender's hand. He's a smart guy.
Yeah, he's very clever.
Yeah, he's very clever. He doesn't want to miss out the opportunity of marrying the hand when putting her hand inside. Moneylender is smart. He's smarter than the girl. She's a young girl, 24.
So Rupa has said the answer here, but
so then
Rupa, you have not explained clearly, so we're giving chance to other people.
Okay. I will take white stone and then color. Itinerary black color.
But
she will say, once I pick up the stone, the other one is inside.
See where she is. Choice. The whole village is waiting around over there. And he's going to give her that bag. And he's going to tell her, pick something from this bag. Right. So how will she color it?
And the condition is, she has to show the bare hands, bare arms, and she has to put that hand inside the bag. She has to show her bare hands.
Avni has such
so let me tell you what happens. Then yes, everybody designed what? Amrita ji, anything from your side?
Vishaka, read Avni's thing, such a nice thing. She says, once I pick up a stone, the other one inside is my choice.
Oh my God, Avni, both are black. You will have to marry a money lender. Great way of thinking, but the smart guy, the cunning guy has put 2 black stones. And a black stone means you'll have to marry the money lender. All right, so let me tell you design thinking. What did the girl do? Yeah, she picks out one stone, fumbles, falls down and drops the stone. So she says, oh my God, what a clumsy little maid I am. Let's check the bag. Whichever stone is there, the opposite one would be the one that I picked out. So what color stone is there in the bag? It's black.
Black.
So that means, obviously, if things happened fairly, she would have pulled out the white stone, which means no marrying the money lender, and as well as the loan is waived off. That's, ladies and gentlemen, design thinking. Yes, she picks up one and the other. No, the other is not white, Bindu. Both the stones inside the bag are black because the money lender is smart and cunning, and he has smartly put two black stones inside the bag. So he knows that when the girl pulls out, it will be a black stone. But the girl was smarter. She designed thought, and she fumbles and falls down and drops the stone among the other stones. So nobody sees what it was. And she says, I'm clumsy, but let's check what is remaining in the bag. The other one would be the stone that I pulled out. And the bag contains another black stone. Right. So now, on the same lines, I would want you all to think. I don't want a very concrete story, but then just try and think, design a story yourself, and let's see how. Okay. So let's see how is the kind of story you people are able to develop. So design thinking or outside the box thinking is often referred to as outside the box thinking, developing new ways of thinking to common problems. At the heart of design thinking lies the interest and ability to ask significant questions and challenging assumptions. Now, challenging assumptions here, we are assuming that she fell down, she was able to drop the stone, and all these assumptions, keeping in mind, we are able to design, think, and find new ways out. Once we have questioned and investigated the conditions of a problem, the solution process helps to produce ideas. So then these are regular solutions. Now, when I tell myself these are regular, this anybody would think, let me think differently. It is then that we are able to produce ideas. What else can happen?
Vishaka, are you there? Okay, I can't hear Vishaka, but I'm just going to ask you all a couple of questions till she comes back. All right. I want you, what is our purpose of being over here right now? Our purpose of being over here is so that we help children to think. We can help children to think only when we think, right? I think Vishaka is back, but she's on mute.
Let's watch a video now, and I'll be sharing the video with you.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is. And here it goes.
Where's the line? It's just release. Then what do I do? We'll be stuck here forever.
Do not panic! Do not panic! We are trained professionals! Now stay calm. We are going around the leaf.
Around the leaf? I don't think we can do that.
Oh, nonsense. This is nothing compared to the twig of 93. That's it. That's it. Good. You're doing great. There you go. There you go. Watch my eyes. Don't look away. And here's the line again.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sawyer.
Good job, everybody.
So you see, this was a very simple video, but the idea shared was that design thinking does not mean thinking very, very big, very, very simple things where others get stuck, where others, there was a huge line of ants. Nobody thought they could just go around the leaf. Then there was one person who thought differently, who said there is a way out, and the others found, wow, this was also possible. And that is precisely what design thinking is. So design thinking taps into capacities of problem solving. Design thinking relies on our ability to be intuitive, to construct ideas, and the integrated approach at the core of the design thinking process suggests a third way. And that's most important. Thinking differently, regular ways 1 and 2, but no, the third way is the design thinking way. Thank you. That's a little peep into what I had to talk about design thinking, and over to Amrita ji.
So basically, I want to here speak to the audience. We are educators, and we have a lot of situations where we just follow in one particular way. I want you to write down in the chat box, tell me what are you going to be using your design thinking to change in your regular way of functioning. Let's just see if we've got some answers coming up for that. Are there things that you are stuck with or what? So Bindu, I'm repeating the question. So the question is, we get stuck in various areas of our life, especially in the area of teaching, because now we're educators, right? Are there any places you are stuck? Would you like to change your thinking and see if there was a different way? Can you see that when we had to start schools out here, all of us switched on to virtual schooling and virtual teaching? We were not prepared for it, but we had to look at a new way. So yes, Avni, very nice. Different endings to known stories. Very, very good. Yes. So children think differently. They don't have to think the same old way. Correct. Anybody else?
So let's check, Amrita ji, if
When asking
somebody has been
questions out
able
of the
to
box, I
design
think.
a story based on design thinking.
Yes, ask children to come up. I can see 1 or 2 chats here asking children to come up with different solutions. Very good. Really nice. Okay, so, design thinking just doesn't happen like that. You can't just suddenly learn to train your mind to think differently. So there are tools, there are strategies, there's a way of going about it. And now we are going to be requesting Vishakha ji to actually come and conduct a full course on design thinking on the ABCD platform. And if you are interested, please do write to us, please do message us and let us know if you're about your interest in the course. And Bela, we have some dates, right? And
I think towards the end of August, we're looking at. So mostly 27, 28. We'll just confirm with the dates very soon. And any questions, if anybody has, then we can take the question answers now. Can you please put them in the question answer box, everyone? I don't see any questions.
I think this whole concept is something which needs to be explored, in a much deeper way for you to have questions, I guess. I'm just sort of gathering that. Because even to ask a question, you need to have some bank of knowledge and then ask questions. So great. It was lovely. I hope we've sort of given you a peek into design thinking.
Right. And thank you, Vishaka. Are there any games for design thinking? Yes, I'm sure there'll be a lot of games. And Vishaka, you'll be sharing more of the tools and strategies in your extensive program, right?
Yes, there'll be a lot of exercises, there'll be a lot of games, there'll be a lot of hands-on activities. And right now, nobody has designed the story, but there you would have to, right?
Yes.
So we'll be doing a lot of creative work, and I would look forward to this session. And yes, I'll ensure no network drop. even though it rains in Pune.
Yes. So sweet. But really, thank you so much. In spite of all the hiccups that we had with the network, I think we've achieved our basic communication to the audience about design thinking. And we're looking forward to having you on our extensive course. So thank you once again, Vishaka, for being here with ABC.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was
And yes,
lovely
Avni
having
has
you,
just asked
Vishaka.
a question here. Yeah,
Yes, that's here.
Avni has just asked a question. Are there any games for design thinking? Avni, plenty. There are plenty of games that you can have on design thinking, and we'll be sharing it in our extensive course.
So please go and like our Facebook page, also our YouTube channel, and you'll get all the information on our pages for the next workshop of Vishaka's. So stay tuned, everybody. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See
Bye.
y'all.
Bye.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Vishaka.